Welcome to Crazy Shit in Real Estate, a weekly podcast where I walk you through some of the wildest, most unbelievable stories you'll hear from the world of real estate. If you like real estate and you love crazy, this is the podcast for you. Before we get any further into this episode, I've got some information to share.
Oh, it's true. Real estate is super competitive and harder than you expected. That's why I created Leigh Brown University. It's everything you need to take you from point A to point whatever your goal is. You could be new to the business or a seasoned vet. I'll help you break through to the next level so that your professional life can look exactly like you desire. Enroll in Leigh Brown University today. I'll help you get there. So what story did you come up with that would be something that you found to be unexpected in your own house dealings in life?
All right, so it was a year ago. I don't know if this is what you're expecting, but I'm going to tell this story.
I never have an expectation. That's why I don't preset my guest interviews, because I like to be surprised.
So it was a year ago, just a few days ago. It was a year, like truly to the day, practically. A year ago, we were selling our home in the midst of the pandemic. And the buyers, they had their inspector come. He knocked on the door and I had a lovely conversation with him. He told me how he was so looking forward to the cooler weather because, August was so hot, and he really, he said it's really hard being out there. He then gave me his card and he said, if you're looking for an inspector to the house that you're buying, I'd love to do this for you. I took my kids and my husband, we went to a restaurant, and then we got a call that he fell off our roof and died.
Died?
He died. But here's the thing. He did not fall off our roof. He actually was in our bedroom. He had climbed up into the attic. He was wearing his mask. And he was having a hard time breathing, and he actually slid down the ladder. That's why we thought we had heard the ladder. We were thinking roof, and he died in our bedroom. Crazy shit that happens in real estate, huh?
I don't even know what to say. I'm heartbroken for his family. And then I'm also thinking I would have had to stay in a hotel every other night of owning that house, because
this is what I take back from it. You never know what's going to happen. He was actively looking forward to the autumn. He was trying to get us to purchase his services. Now, I think he knew he was having a heart attack. I think he knew that he was sick, that he wasn't feeling quite right, because he didn't look all that good now. And, in retrospect, but he pushed through. He was pushing through. Like, he wanted to get home, but he was doing everything he needed to do. And I often think of him because, he lived that last day forward motivated, and he had no idea what was going to be in store for him. And it was, it's sad, but I also feel like, it's in some ways it's hopeful and it's positive.
Oh, immensely so, because if there's one thing people have probably had challenges with during the pandemic era, it's that future casting feels impossible, because you don't know what today's looking like, because yesterday was entirely different, and I don't know what tomorrow is. And so when you have so much just discombobulation and so much, people just sometimes they freeze in place, and he didn't freeze in place. He was just future casting too, the weather, the next inspection, and everything, and probably thinking,
getting a new client for his
indigestion. I'll just deal with it. So he see, this goes in your career manifesto book, because this is that anecdote at the beginning that reminds people of why they want to future cast, or it can also be at the end of why you never stop future casting. So see, your book is writing itself during my podcast, just for the record.
And talking about future casting, the name of my company is Vision Board Media. Talk about future casting, right?
Vision Board Publishing is going to be your publishing arm. And then Shazam, now you've added another company, because you need 10 companies, 10 streams of revenue to become truly independently self-sufficient. So that's another stream of revenue. We're just building this out, Donna.
I love it.
LinkedIn next.
Oh, you're enjoying this little clip? Well, the rest of the story is available on any of your podcast apps. Just go search for and subscribe to Crazy Shit in Real Estate with Leigh Brown.